if I had to narrow it down, I'll tell maybe the most special story for me. Is that
Sure.
okay?
Yeah, please.
This one is really fun. So what it came down to was this year was the first year we held high school boys volleyball. So the UHSAA sanctioned boys volleyball.
Oh, yes. I
as a
heard
spring
about that.
sport. This was the first year they had it. It's been a spring sport down in Vegas for a long time. And so we had it this year, had a good first year. Actually had a large number of our participants coming from the Las Vegas Valley and from Clark County. So from an economic development side, right? You love every time anybody drives across the state border coming into Cedar City to spend money and to be here in town. But I remember speaking with a club coach who coaches at a predominantly inner city high school in Las Vegas. Most of the students there tend to be on kind of the lower end of the socioeconomic spectrum, if you will. And he shared a story of how his team getting out of Vegas got a different experience, played different teams than they normally would in a club atmosphere. But back to what you and I talked about earlier during the show, that community feel that was so different from what his team was seeing on a regular basis in the Las Vegas Valley.
Interesting.
And seeing what walking a different campus was like compared to if all they've ever experienced is UNLV, which is a great institution and has a lot of great things going for it. But if that's not your niche where you're going to be successful, walking another campus that's open, that's inviting, that's comfortable, that has a community feel on it, hearing his story and the story of his team and talking about how that was a really refreshing change for them to get in the Utah Summer Games that only we could uniquely provide. Again, is that one that, may elicit laughs or may be one that's told, 30, 40 years from now as some of the more memorable highlights of the games? I don't know. But for me, that spoke to the power and the magnitude of what we're doing and what we've always done.
Right.
But that was just a unique story that really spoke to what we do.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad you brought that up because I think a lot of times it's those special experiences that aren't necessarily talked about because they are special experiences where you can see what I would say is probably, to me, being a newbie, the real premise of the Utah Summer Games, and that's to create community.
Yeah.
Bring together the community. I mean, economic development's great. I'm going to be advocating for that and all these other things, but really it's about bringing the community together and helping other people outside, both within Cedar City and Iron County, but people outside to see what makes this area so special in that sense of community. And we kind of talked about that in a little bit in the beginning. And I love it when people come here and have this sense of, wow, I really feel welcomed. I really feel like I'm a part of that. And that was a special experience. And, you see that with people that go to the Shakespeare Festival. You see that with the Summer Games. You see that with people. I was talking to someone just the other day that said, oh, yeah, I grew up and my dad and I used to always come here from California to ski at Bryan Head. And so there's just kind of these unique offerings here that not just unique offerings, but this collection of unique offerings, right?
It's an incredible place. And I think any incredible place always starts with one thing, and that's incredible people.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of incredible people in our community.
Yeah.
And I think it makes it a special place to live. I think it makes it a special place to go to school. I think it makes it a special place to do business. We have our own challenges and our own issues, everywhere does, right? But I think we have a real unique culture here in our area that is conducive to people having a lot of latitude and a lot of space to create the best possible version of themselves. And I think anytime you have a culture and an atmosphere that can do that, it's a pretty special place to be.